What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. And what appeared to be a game destined to go into extra time, a game that saw chance after chance after chance either be saved by the magnificent performance of a goalkeeper who, I guess, thought he was possessed by the spirit of Gigi Buffon, but at the same time, a match that we can thank to our magnificent signing, the man Dusan Vlahovic, to pull out a 2-1 victory over Sassuolo, sending Juventus to the semifinals versus his former team, Fiorentina. We're going to rate these players. Stick with us. I will fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today is Thursday, February 10th, 2022, and of course I've got your latest rundown of all the player ratings of the players that played in the match against Sassuolo in the Coppa Italia. Before we do that, like I said, please go ahead, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. Let's jump into it. First, want to make a couple comments on the match today. Started out hot. I felt good about what we were doing. I felt good about some of the players, especially with what Dybala was doing there to start. And then Juventus kind of does what Juventus does. And they get a score, especially Allegri Juventus. The Allegri Juventus of late, at least. They take off a game. They take it off. They take the rest of the time off. We're good. We're going to chill here. We got that first goal. Game's over, right? It's sudden death, right? First person to score, we can go home. Wasn't that way, of course. Sassuolo was able to equalize thanks to some shoddy play by the defense, really. We're talking about the defense did not play great, and a lot of stretches there in the end of the, a lot of the first half after the score, and then some of the second half. Thankfully, some guys stepped up. Of course, you know who they are, but we're going to get into those ratings anyway. Whereas I just want to see if there's anything else I really want to stick with before I really dived into it. That was one of my main points. I really want to give some credit, obviously, to the first man we're going to talk about. But there were some good plays, there's some bad things, and all I can really say is how thankful I am for the signing of Dusan Vlahovic at Juventus. He has definitely paid dividends so far in the first two matches of his career in a black and white shirt. All right. Let's jump into it. Let's do these ratings. Let's go ahead with the very first one that we have here, and that is, of course, Mattia Perin. And I want to talk about him. I get it. Anytime it's weird because obviously, if you were to watch some of my videos from, August, September, you probably would disagree or be, not believe some of the things I'm saying right now. But one of the things I do want to say is I want to give credit to Mattia Perin. He came in and played really, really well for I guess, to rest Wojciech Szczesny in this match. I came in, a little bit nervous, just thinking, if you're not going to play Szczesny, this is a Coppa Italia match. You want to win this. You have to win this. I understand Sassuolo is not a juggernaut by any means. They have some nice pieces. Obviously, Scamacca. I know some of you may think he's a felon because he has tattoos. But at the same time, there's other players. Raspadori, who's an up-and-coming player. They have some decent pieces there, but it's not a team the level of what Juventus should be competing with, if you will. Though. It's a match that made me a little bit nervous. Anyway, let's talk about why I gave him a rating. I gave him a 7 rating overall. I was very impressed with Mattia Perin's performance. Obviously, that one goal, there was nothing he really could have done to save it. He did everything he could. He pulled out all the stops for most of this match. He had 5 saves, 1 punch, 1 save from inside the box. He had 5 accurate long balls, 1 clearance, 1 aerial duel, 1 as well. Let's just go ahead. I know these go long, so let's move it on to the next guy. This is where I was kind of prefacing a little bit about the defense. I think the defense overall played pretty poorly, especially for long stretches of the first half after that goal was scored. And then they just were giving Sassuolo whatever they wanted. If Sassuolo wanted to try to get a shot off, they were getting a shot off. It was only thanks to Perin that really a lot of those goals were stopped. And it was just a bit infuriating if you're a fan to watch. It was it was a cluster bleep. It was a mess of a game. It was sloppy. Uncouth, is that a word I want to say? No, it was just sloppy and not pretty to watch. Mattia Perin gets a 5.5 rating from me. I'm not going too critical on him, but it was a whole defensive effort. It was Mattia Perin, it was Leonardo Bonucci, it was Sandro, of course, and then even some Ligt in the first half, though Ligt really stepped his game up really in the second half, and there's only so much he can do. Obviously, he had 4 tackles. He had 5 ground duels. He had 1 accurate long ball. And 1 successful dribble attempt. So not a lot of stats really to compile there, which is obviously leading to a lot of those shots that were given there in the second half. Next up is, of course, to me, the best player of the defense. And I mean, when is he not, right? When is Matthijs de Ligt not the best player for Juventus in the defense, at least here of late, unless you're getting a guy like Chiellini playing aside him. He gets a 6.5 rating from me from his performance today. He had 1 clearance, 2 block shots, 2 interceptions, 1 ground duel, 1, 4 aerial duels, 1. He was offsides 1 time. He had 1 key pass. He had 2 accurate long balls, 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target, 1 successful dribble, 1 that hit the woodwork, and 1 big chance missed. One thing I just want to comment on and really want to talk about, and I hope this remains this for a while, and I hope we don't have to worry about Matthijs de Ligt going and leaving, as has been forecasted maybe by Mino Raiola or other people associated with him. But if he does stay, how fortunate we as Juventus fans are to have I guess the only real way to say it without using any expletives is really just 2 absolute units playing for Juventus in the defensive back and then also in the attacking front with alongside Dusan Vlahovic. Just how fortunate we are and how hopefully beneficial this will be for the club moving forward to have both of them. Really liked when I saw it in the second half. After it was really, to me, it appeared 2 of the things that stuck out. We're going to get to McKennie and stuff later, people that were trying, people that were failing. But at the same time, Matthijs de Ligt and Dusan Vlahovic, even in the second half, de Ligt stepped it up and was trying to do his part to really will the team to a win. Anytime he could, he tried to take a shot. Were they all the best shots? Maybe not. But at the same time, he was at least trying. He was trying to force that ball in, and it just didn't go. Thankfully, it did in the end for our boy. The Deuce is loose. I know it's a Dusan, but I like to say Deuce because saying the other version of it being loose is seems wildly inappropriate. Anyway, 6.5 rating for him. Moving on, the capitano of the team would be Leonardo Bonucci. He gets a 5.5 rating from me. It wasn't the worst game I've seen from him in a long time, but I think there's a lot of him that he's just a little bit out of sorts. He hasn't played in a bit. He's been, recovering for a long period of time, as well as some other issues going on. But one of the main problems with his game that I really had today was if he's not delivering those great balls, if he's not delivering, it's such a weird way to say, if he's not delivering good balls, right? If he's not having those super accurate long balls that he usually does, those that are putting him in good position, he's not really doing a lot. And that's one of the things that frustrated me today with Leonardo Bonucci in his play. A couple of those balls that he had were not good. Okay. He had 1 clearance, 2 interceptions, 1 error that led to a shot, 2 ground duels, 1, 2 aerial duels, 1. He had 2 key passes, 8 accurate long balls, 1 big chance created. I think it's funny. I just vetoed over here a little bit, if you know that reference. Anyway, I said he had, he didn't have a lot of good balls, but he did have 8 accurate long balls. I'll give him some credit there, though the ones that really counted and really mattered, especially when it was crunch time, he didn't get the job done. 1 big chance created and 2 successful dribble attempts as well. All right, let's continue on the next one. And of course, it's Alexandro. We got to talk about Alexandro as sparingly as possible, maybe for my own well-being. We'll say that. He gets a 5.5 for today's performance. No clearance, no block shots, 1 interception, 1 tackle. 6 ground duels, 1, 2 aerial duels, 1. Lost possession 15 times. 2 key passes, 1 accurate cross out of 8. No accurate long balls, only 1 attempted, but still. 1 shot on target, 3 successful dribbles, and of course 1 big chance missed. I know we were joking, I think, in the Juventus member chat or Discord that we have here. If you haven't become a member yet, consider doing that. I think there's a lot of good perks with there that you get, and also it's a lot of fun hanging out during games or other things, talking Juventus 24/7, really, not just when we drop videos or in lives. Anyway, just about Alexandro and about how almost humorous it would have been if Alexandro would have been the one to score the goal for Juventus. Obviously, he did not do that, which, are we surprised? Zakaria, dang it, I did it again. Zakaria. I'm going to get this right one day, I promise. He gets a 6.5 rating from me. He was potentially what I felt like he was the best midfielder for Juventus today. I liked a lot of what I saw. I mean, it's just, for me, the addition of Zakaria compared to most of Juventus midfielders, even Locatelli, honestly, sometimes, because Locatelli hasn't played the top of his game. I know he's got other issues going on. He's still very, very good. But to me, he just brings so much to the table. Maybe it's his size. I don't know what it is, but it's just something different watching him play. I feel confident, and he gives off. I don't want to say a vibe, but he gives off an air of confidence around him when he plays. I haven't seen in a while in that midfield. Let's see. He had 2 accurate long balls. He had 2 successful dribble attempts, 4 ground duels, 1 clearance, 2 tackles. And then that's the one thing I really wanted to get on. He gets a 6.5 rating for me. He was pulled at the 61st minute. And I don't know if it was a he's tired thing or if it was a he needs to rest, or I don't know if Allegri didn't like what he saw. But I made a joke about it in the first half, being like, of course, the one time. And I had to ask people. I had asked them. I said, what's going on with Locatelli? I understand he was suspended last game. Does he have another suspension that I don't know about? Does he at the same time? Does he have some other issue? Is he injured? Does he need a little nap? Is that what's going on? Does he need a nap before he can come in and play again after having a game off last week? It appeared no. It was just for some reason, Max Allegri decided this is not the game to start Manuel Locatelli alongside Zakaria. I don't know. Maybe I had to do something with resting players, and maybe he was trying to rest Zakaria before the Atalanta match. But this is also, I believe, before. This is definitely before, because we're about to go into extra time before Vlahovic found that final score for Juventus. So yeah, that's where it confused me. I don't understand the play, the lineup call to not utilize him. I didn't think Archer, who I'll get to in just a second, I didn't think he had that great of a game. He struggled a lot in the first half. I know there are so many jokes about him and how slow he plays, and he really does. I think somebody, I apologize, I saw somebody retweeted at least, made the joke of Archer out there is basically the sloth from whatever the movie with the rabbit and wants to be a cop. I don't remember. I have a kid, but I haven't watched all these kids' movies yet. Anyway, but I've seen the commercial with the sloth who's, he's sloths are slow, right? That's to me, that is what Archer looks like playing out there on the pitch. One sec. Sorry, I want to avoid coughing into the mic for you guys, especially for you all that are wearing headphones when you watch this. Anyway, Zakaria gets a 6.5. I just please, in the Atalanta match coming up, and they're on a slide right now. They just lost to Fiorentina, who Dusan Vlahovic will have to play in the upcoming next Coppa Italia semifinal. But Atalanta just lost. They're on a bit of a slide here recently. It's time to get the job done. Juventus need to win this match Sunday, and there's no excuse for not winning that match. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. Okay, continuing on. Let's go to Artur, who I gave a 5.5 rating. I know some people moved him up a little bit for his performance in the second half, but that first half was just not good. It was sloppy. It was ugly. I was not impressed by it. He gets a 5.5 rating for me today. The whole team was just such a big mess during that stretch, him included. He had 1 key pass, 6 accurate long balls, 1 successful dribble attempt, 2 ground duels, 1, and 1 interception as well. So not a ton to write home about, but at the same time, I didn't understand it. It just wasn't his day, and I'm not trying to crush Archer right now. I'm not. That's not what today is. That's not what I'm doing. But at the same time, I don't know what Allegri was thinking by subbing Zakaria off before. Like I said, unless it was rest and just trying to rest player, avoid injury, sure, maybe. But at the same time, I don't understand what he was doing, pulling him, because I know I said so many times I want to see Archer and Locatelli play together. Well, that's gone. I don't care about that anymore. I'm done. It's done. You brought in a player like Zakaria. It's just at the time I thought Archer was the best overall additional midfielder to line up alongside Manuel Locatelli. Now it's Zakaria. I want to see what our best looks like. I want to see Zakaria and Locatelli together. Get it done. All right. Let's continue on from here. Of course, the next one up is Juan Cuadrado. And this was another player. It was not his day. Juan Cuadrado struggled. He was not doing a lot of the things that I expect Juan C to be doing for my club, for Juventus. A lot of things that I expect him to be doing, creating, delivering crosses, delivering some well-placed balls for people. And he wasn't doing it. And I know it's another situation where he's coming back too, especially because he hasn't been playing up front as much recently. At the same time, it was a struggle to watch. 1 accurate cross out of 9 balls. 1 out of 2 accurate long balls, but 1 for 9 on accurate crosses. That's not the Juan Cuadrado that I know. He had 1 ground duel 1. Jeez, one ground duel 1 for 5. 0 out of 2 aerial duels 1. 1 in clearance. Yeah, that's what he did. So it wasn't good enough. It wasn't what I wanted from Juan Cuadrado. Hopefully he can continue to get better. I know he's capable of more, but today was not a good day for Wani C. All right, let's give it up for my other guy and my the other half of my favorite duo now. I'm going to call it Dybalovic. I know people like to do the Dybaldo or whatever when it came to Ronaldo and Dybala. I'm a believer in Dybala. Renew this kid. I want to keep him, but at the same time, it's going to be Dybalovic for me. All here every day, all day. He gets a 7 rating from me. Again, he opened it up well. Why I couldn't get it out, my brain wasn't functioning. I was like, come on, brain, you got this. You can do this. He was not, he didn't have the best game, but at the same time, at the beginning, he started us off with a bang within 3 minutes, had that first goal, really helped to bring some momentum to Juventus. That Juventus, their defense and the rest of the squad decided, just let's kill it off. We're good. Let's go take a nap. He had 1 goal. He had 4 key passes, 2 accurate crosses, 4 for 4 accurate long balls, 1 big chance created, 2 shots on target, 1 shot off target, 5 successful dribble attempts, 8 ground duels, 1. Was offside 1 time, 1 interception, and 1 tackle. So overall, that's a pretty dang good performance today from Paulo Dybala. He was one of the best players out there on the field today. I don't know, it's funny. Who would I give my man of the match? I think I might have to give it to Paulo Dybala, to be honest. It's a close one. There's 3 players that could get it. They're pretty spectacular performances overall when I think of the stuff that Dybala did there. I wish he would have brought it a little bit more later. I wish he would have been able to get a couple more shots off there. But honestly, do I give it? Here's my question. Do I go Vlahovic for the fantastic willing the team to win, the stuff again that I was expecting from Ronaldo when he was here at Juventus, but now Vlahovic is doing that. Is it Vlahovic? Is it Dybala, who pretty good stat sheet, opened up the scoring. Still's doing a lot of things that I like to see with his ball movement, his ability, his ball control. Love that. Or is it Perin, who at the same time, Perin, outside of that 1 goal that was given up that he really couldn't have done anything with, he was a man possessed in that first half, stopping them from scoring the second half. The defense wisened up a little bit and finally didn't allow, or at least for the most part, I don't know if it was just the defense that I can really credit there, but Sassuolo never really got it cooking there in the second half. So that's where it is. I think I'm going to go Dybala. Let's go Dybala. There could be an argument if I want to give really the real man of the match. It probably would have been for the other team, and it probably would have been for, it probably would have been Pergolo. Am I saying it wrong? I'm trying to remember what exactly. Here, I have this right in front of me. What am I saying? Pegolo. That's what it was. Pegolo. I'm sorry, I forgot. I was adding an R in there. Okay, let's move it on. Weston McKennie today. This one I debated with. I debated going lower. Didn't debate going higher, but I want to give him some credit. Though the team overall looked as ugly as the third shirt that they were wearing today, at the same time, Weston McKennie was trying. He was trying. Love my compatriot as much as anybody, but it was frustrating to watch him bottle as many chances as he had. It was frustrating, but at the same time, I do I don't just give credit to anybody, but I want to give him some credit for all the effort that he was making. But it just wasn't there today. It wasn't going to happen. Magolo was going to stop it no matter what you're going to do. And then at the same time, he wasn't aiming in the right direction. I don't know what else to say. Here we go. Let's just read through the stats. He gets a 6 rating from me today. At least, I guess this is an effort one. He gets an effort grade, I guess. 3 key passes. Let's see. The 1 big chance created, 2 shots on target, 2 shots off target, 2 shots blocked. 1 successful dribble. 1 that hit the woodwork. Gosh, that one killed me. That one just sucked the life right out of me. I was like, that's to me, that was, until Vlahovic scored, obviously, that was the definition of this game. That was me just being like, that's the frustration right there. You had it. You just had to be, what, a centimeter? Maybe not a centimeter. Maybe like 3 centimeters to the left. Just get a little bit to the left, and you got a goal there. Like, what? That was today for me. It was frustrating. Anyway, 1 big chance missed. 4 ground duels won. 3 aerial duels won. 1 clearance, 2 block shots, and 3 tackles. So overall, some not so bad stats, but at the same time, just the missed opportunities. If we're being honest, if McKennie was more accurate, or more, if he just knew how to finish, finale fine. If he knew how to do that, he could have had a hat trick today, which is frustrating as heck. All right, the man of the hour. Dusan Vlahovic. The deuce is loose. I'm not going to say the other because it's inappropriate. He gets a 7 rating for me today for his performance. Wasn't so hot starting out. Couldn't really get a flow of it going, but there was some things, I just watched for. And of course, Dusan Vlahovic brings the attention. No matter what he does, you're getting every penny worth, I think, when you watch him play. A lot of things I'm really happy with the way that he performed today. I felt his pain during, I think it was in, 70th minute, somewhere around then, where Dusan Vlahovic was literally just begging for somebody to help him. He was making runs, he was putting in effort, and then nobody else would really help him. Some of these passes were just complete bleeps. That's who I'm talking about when I say about Bonucci, not finishing some of those long balls. Cuadrado, who was nowhere to be seen when it came to creativity today. And then, McKennie and his issues along with that. Dusan Vlahovic was just begging for some help. And he finally was able to he just said, bleep it. I'll do it live. I'll do it myself, basically. He was Thanos today. Yeah, I made a Thanos reference for you that don't like Marvel. I don't know what you're doing. Anyway, what do you do when you don't have Juventus, right? I guess I know what you do. You tune into our channels and stuff like that and talk Juve. Anyway, he had 2 shots on target, 2 shots off target. I gave him a 7 overall rating. He had 1 shot blocked, 1 successful dribble, 1 big chance missed. He had 3 key passes, 1 accurate long ball, 1 big chance created, 2 ground duels won. But he was offsides 4 times. There was a point in the match, and it was near the end of the game, where literally somebody said, I can't remember who it was again. I'm not going to call somebody out, but they were literally screaming about Mattias de Ligt. That was the chance. I was like, my guy. Half the team was offsides. Like, Mattias de Ligt was offsides by like 2 miles. There was no chance that it would have counted even if he finished. But at the same time, it is what it is. Anyway, 1 clearance as well, and yeah, that's what he did for today. Of course, not the man of the match to me. I mean, it's a hard one. I still think I'm going to give it to Dybala, but Dusan Vlahovic. I struggle. Is it Dusan Vlahovic? Is it Perin? Is it Dybala? Just give it to them. Give it to 3 of them. They can share it together because they were the ones to me who were the difference makers in the game. Obviously, both Dusan and Dybala had a goal apiece. Perin was stopping goals left and right. They can share it. Fine. Who cares? But I am happy and I'll be more happy once this freaking contract with Dybala gets signed and done, and then we can continue on with Dybalovic moving forward. All right, a couple players there that came in and reserved roles. I was doing the very country thing of removing the L and replacing it with a W. Roles, and I'm never mind. Just let it go. Forget that I said that. Because I don't do that. Dybala, or not Dybala, Locatelli gets a 6 rating for me today. One key pass. He obviously came in only for 29 minutes, didn't play a lot. Came in for Zakaria in a reserve role. Had 2 accurate long balls, 1 successful dribble, 5 for 5 ground duels, 1 for 1 aerial duels, 1 interception and 3 tackles. So not too bad of stats for coming in there midway through the game and performing as such. Alvaro Morata, I gave him a 6 rating as well. Nothing too terrible, but just there were a couple opportunities he had that he just couldn't finish. Let's just say that. He was right there on the goal, of course, right there, stopped by the keeper. He's not that guy, right? It's what we talked about every time. That's why you need a Vlahovic, because Morata is not that guy. He's good to play alongside somebody who is the guy, but he is not the guy. Let's see if I can go ahead and get these ratings up here. It disappeared on me for a second. Here we go. Now we have here for Alvaro Morata today in his performance. He had 1 shot on target, 1 shot blocked, 1 big chance missed, and that's all he did today. So he only played in 29 minutes as well. A couple more players came on. Kyle George came on at the 90th minute for Vlahovic as soon as he scored, and Adrian Rabiot came in at the 70th minute. What I particularly do is anything after, if you're only playing 20 minutes, unless you do something really groundbreaking in that situation, I don't really give a rating. So they didn't get ratings. It is what it is. And then finally, the coach, Max Allegri, gets a 5.5 rating for me today, mainly because you're seeing some changes. You're seeing some different formulas. There's just a lot of questions I have for the formulation of the squad in this match. I know maybe you expect being Juventus to go in there and win it. If so, fine, happy, dandy. But at the same time, they struggled against this team. They didn't look good. They looked almost like I was ready to tweet out, well, I guess the season of good vibes was 1 game. They played well for that first game against Hellas Verona. But then now that they played Sassuolo, I don't know if Sassuolo is the same level, or if they're a little bit higher up than Verona, honestly, right now on the table standings. But overall, Sassuolo, they gave Juventus what they could handle there a lot in that first half, and Juventus were lucky to not be scored multiple times on, thanks to Perin. But then also, that's what Allegri does, right? So the defense better be a little bit sharper, be a little bit better tighten things up, especially with the match coming up against Atalanta. And then, of course, when you're going out there and you're going to have to play down the road against, potentially, well, you're going to play Fiorentina and then potentially Milan or Inter for the Coppa Italia trophy. So we'll see how that ends up working out. Max Allegri, one of the other things I want to talk about, I just didn't understand a lot, like I said, the makeup of a lot of the players that he utilized. Why in circumstances did you put out, like I think about the whole Zakaria pulling him for Locatelli, and why didn't you play Locatelli from the beginning? Were you just resting him? Do you feel like he needed more rest before the Atalanta match? Did you really, I know we joke and we say stuff about Archer being a integral piece now, but I still don't believe it. I don't believe it over Locatelli. It should be Locatelli and Zakaria, if you're asking me, at the same time. And then Cuadrado struggled. I don't know. I maybe would have utilized Morata a little bit more early on. We'll see. I'm interested to see what ends up coming down and what he ends up picking to be utilized in the match against Atalanta on Sunday. Maybe a lot of this had to do with I believe the squad will win this match. It is what it is. We'll see what happens, but what we need to worry about Sunday and making sure we cement ourselves there in the top 4 and get as many points as we can to maybe even compete at the end. So we'll see. I don't know what it was. I would like to see if he had that question answered or asked to him about why he started certain players. I'll have to check that out later. I'm sure we'll be talking about that in the roundup videos coming out tomorrow as well. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. As always, please, if you made it this far, please hit the like button, smash that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. And if you're still here, remember the Dusan Vlahovic Juventus shirt giveaway is going to be given away on February 24th. Make sure you're liking and retweeting the tweet that went out originally for the Dusan Vlahovic giveaway. That's on Twitter. If you haven't done that, you're probably not going to be fully noted to be on the thing. Make sure you're subscribed as well. If you don't have Twitter for any reason, make sure you reach out to me Either I'm responding to a lot of the comments down below. If you can reach out to me that way, or find another way to do it, whatever. If you have a different kind of social media, but honestly, if you don't have Twitter, what are you doing? Twitter's where I get all my news, right? Anyway, that'll be it for today. We appreciate you guys as always. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.